The following is a presentation of the News and Public Affairs Department of this Emmis Communications-owned station. Comments and views heard on this program do not necessarily reflect the views of this station or of station management. Welcome to Today's Issues, a public affairs program that takes a look at the issues of today.
I'm Kristi Carson, a young man born in the city of St. Louis to a family with 12 kids, hoping to change the world with the Love Movement. And it's not something that you just do, it's something that you put on.
When you take a look at the logo for the Love Movement, it starts with the heart. And the heart represents love. And love is a universal language. You don't necessarily have to speak English to be able to identify with what love is and what a heart represents.
Details coming up. After that, it's a look at our community calendar, followed by Missouri Viewpoints. It's happening on Today's Issues. Welcome to Today's Issues. I'm Kristi Carson, and today I'm joined in the studio by a very creative young man from St. Louis. His name is Eric Bell, also known as E-Biz. He has a great company. It's called the Love Movement LLC, and he's here to tell us about how he is taking art and fashion to connect and build relationships with the basis of love at the center of it all. Welcome to Today's Issues, Mr. Bell.
Thank you for having me.
Also known as E-Biz.
E-Biz, yes.
E-B-I-Z-Z.
Yes.
And also E-Business is another name that you operate under.
E-Business is the full name that I do business as.
Okay.
It started with E-Biz, which is a nickname I was given years ago, and I'm basically still holding on to that to this day.
Yeah.
Wanted to evolve the name a little bit
All
and
right.
make it a little bit more
And you're from
catchy.
St. Louis.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Definitely from St.
Born
Louis.
and raised, right? And we're going to get into all of your family history and how you came to be who you are and do what you do, because I know it always starts with family.
Always.
Always. So the Love Movement, give me what that is in a nutshell.
The Love Movement is actually a company that became official November 2016. So this month marks the 1-year anniversary. that we've
Happy
been in
anniversary.
existence. So, thank you. Very excited
You
about
made
that
it.
and the direction that the company is heading in. Overall, the Love Movement is a brand that creates original wearable art. And the idea behind the concept basically comes from me wanting to find a unique way to display my artwork with a simple yet powerful message behind it.
Okay. What came first, the art or the business?
The art always comes first.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I know most creative people have it in them from the beginning. And sometimes it takes a little to pull it out, but it's always in them. And I think everybody has a little artist in them, or is an artiste. But you say, according to your website, that you were inspired by an artist back in the 1990s. He was a graffiti artist, and you saw what he did, and it kind of inspired you to move to the next level. Tell me about that.
Yes, the late, great Keith Haring. He was a graffiti artist from New York City. He was known for tagging subways, and his whole concept was, for the price of a subway ticket, you can also be entertained by him. And he would go around and tag, the empty wall spaces and things like that. But you can also find him on the flip side selling some of his work in galleries around the world. And a lot of his artwork was very pricey. But basically, his message was somewhat in line with what I'm presenting today, coming with something, simple yet powerful, but a message that all can embrace, a message of love.
And I want to tell everyone that I first met E-Biz at the Start Festival. It was the first time it was held this year. Emmis St. Louis was a proud sponsor of the event. It was a 2-day festival which was based in street artists and artistry. And the first day was artists painting and displaying in black and white on large canvases. And then day 2 was at Fairgrounds Park, and it was artists displaying their artwork on color, full color. And the whole idea was to start having those conversations that started kind of popping up post-Ferguson, talking about mutual respect, mutual love, mutual empathy, those types of things that were a part of the START Festival. And you, my friend, Mr. Bell, Ebiz, yes. AKA, you were there with your relatives, young relatives, I think they were your nephews.
Yes.
And you were there passing out some of your wearable fashion, your wearable art, which I happen to be a proud owner of. Thank you very much. I love it, love it, love it. And your business cards, which, by the way, were handmade out of wood, painted, with all of your information on there. So, I always tell everybody what a genius this guy is, because normally when I get a business card, I kind of put it in the stack with the rest of them and put a little rubber band or something or a clipper, and, it goes in with the rest of them. I could not do that with yours. Actually, I have it hanging as if it is a piece of art, because it is. I look at it every day at my desk. It is amazing. But you were there spreading your message about the Love Movement LLC.
Yes.
So it was a perfect opportunity for you to do what you do. Talk about the message, the education, the commonality of people, and the universal language.
Well, when I went to this event, I did not know what to expect, and it turned out to be amazing.
Yeah.
The placement of it and everything I thought was perfect. It was the perfect opportunity to put something different on display in that area to inspire those that there is more out there. And as well, that is the reason I brought my nephews with me, and I often take them around to show them, to be more or less in a position of a role model and have them see steps that I'm taking to be successful.
Right. Which is a journey.
Yes, it is a journey.
And it's been, even though it's been a year anniversary, it's been a long time getting to this anniversary date.
It has been what I would like to call a beautiful struggle.
Oh, that's
because I like to embrace the process and know what it took to get to this point. That way I can continue moving forward and know what steps to take so I won't be going backwards at the same time.
So in your wearable art repertoire, you have T-shirts. What other types of things? Is it primarily T-shirts?
I have T-shirts, sweaters, sweatpants. I do different types of customizable art. I have a website, society6.com/ebusiness. And on this site, you can find a large variety of things, from shower curtains to bath mats.
All based in love?
All based on love.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I had no clue. So let me talk about the item that I have. Because if anyone sees someone walking around the city of St. Louis or St. Louis County or abroad, and they see this logo, they're going to know it's you. It's a part of the Love Movement. Tell me about your essential Love Movement logo that everyone should be aware of, and why it is what it is.
So the concept behind the Love Movement derived from me wanting to create a simple yet powerful message around a design. And before that, it was basically me trying to find a unique platform for me to display my art. And so when you take a look at the logo for the Love Movement, it starts with the heart. And the heart represents love, and love is a universal language. And this basically says that you don't have to be old, young. You don't necessarily have to speak English to be able to identify with what love is and what a heart represents. The slogan for the Love Movement is "Take off your mask and show love." And pretty much this says, when you strip away society's expectations of us as individuals, when all of that is taken away, we are all the same underneath that. So if we can take a hold of that message and more or less make it the driving force behind everything we do daily, the world in general, I believe, can become a better place.
I love that. That is so profound. And the other thing that I love about the logo is that, you do have pride in your Black heritage, your African-American heritage, because the logo, although that heart right there at the center of it is the first thing that you see, it's very prominent. But around the heart are features of things that you identify with,
yes,
which you should be very proud of. Talk to me about the rest of it.
100%. I added an afro to the top of the Love Movement, which is a cultural identifier, which identifies with me, the person who created this image. And another thing that I'm highlighting with the Love Movement is embracing differences. Everyone is different, and that is part of the beauty of life, being able to understand why one individual is a certain way and why this other individual is different. Mm-hmm. Because all in all, these differences are what make us well-rounded and is a key.
Right. And the one logo for females, which I have on my tee, on my Love Movement T-shirt, my wearable art, is of a young girl that has the prominent heart-shaped face, and she has pigtails, and there's a certain graphic that you use, like a design. The pattern is I love it. It's just very earthy and authentic to me. I love that. Talk to me about that.
So when constructing the design, I wanted to create something that all can identify with, not only through the message, but something that would be catchy for the eye of all. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I came up with the pattern for the female logo as well as the male's logo. And there are different variations to these logos, but that is the actual one that represents for the company in general. Okay,
and I've got to tell everybody, you need to go. We're going to give you the website, but you need to check it out because there's this one design that I just absolutely love. It's the dude on the skateboard. I think he's not doing a hang 10, but he's doing a poppy or a pop-up, I think is what they used to call it.
Willy?
Yes. And it's just the cutest thing, and it's just so dope, as the young kids say. You need to check that out. We're going to give you all the details on how you can look at that. One thing, eBiz, also known as Eric Bell of the Love Movement LLC, we talked about this educational piece and bringing everybody back to the basic of love surpasses all differences. Love conquers all. That's it in a nutshell. And being able to wear that fashionably through art on your clothing and your attire is just absolutely fantastic. But you were saying to me prior to us starting this interview that the education is in the journey, getting from point A to point B, and then bringing someone else along with you on that journey to inform them to hopefully instill greater values, greater success in the next generation, and for those who are already amongst you. Is that correct? Am I getting it right?
This is 100% correct. And, well, as far as me, I am one of 12 children. I was born here in St. Louis City. And basically, what I've learned growing up in a household of 12, 6 boys and 6 girls.
Oh, my gosh. And it was evenly divided like that, too?
Evenly divided.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can
and
only
you were
imagine.
Number 7.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Bless your heart.
Number 7. What we were taught was to embrace the differences in each other, and we were taught unconditional love, and to, again, lean on the fact that not everyone was the same. And I believe that we found a way to use that to our advantage growing up. And so being in that position with a big family, I am automatically put in a position of being a role model and having younger brothers, sisters, nieces, and nephews who look to me for advice, and if not even advice, just experience, just based off where I've been and where they're heading. Mm-hmm. And so from that, I like to be transparent with the process I'm taking along the way, and want to be able to show them the steps that it takes to be successful, More or less what I've found out to this point is that not necessarily do you have to take the one route that is given to you, the cookie cutter route.
Right.
There are different ways that you can go to get to the end point of your goal, per se, but hard work is the one thing that is very important to get you to that point.
Yeah, that's the red line that ties everything together. Hard work.
Yes.
Will get you from point A to point B every single time. It may take longer. There may be more twists and turns in the route, but with hard work and persistence, you will arrive.
100%.
I believe that. So tell me about your pieces, and what is your favorite?
Well,
Ooh.
that is a very good
I wish
question.
you could have seen that face. Like, what? Out of my entire repertoire?
My favorite piece to this point, I created an image based off where I grew up in North City. They had a boxing gym, which was more or less around the corner from my parents' house. And I thought that this gym was symbolic with being in a place where, it's hard to see a grocery store within walking distance or some of the resources you may see somewhere else. But to have a gym placed where it was, more or less created some life and inspires people to know that it's still more that we can be doing. And from there, I created an image, I don't know if it's on the Wix site or not, where I manipulated an image of Muhammad Ali, and I went artsy, and I replaced his face with the face from the Love Movement.
Wow. That's impressive. You've just mentioned one of my all-time favorites, Muhammad Ali. Oh, I just love the guy, but I love the fact that you took liberty to take an iconic figure and what he stood for, and you just really connected it. The gym, the boxing gym within the city, where there's a gym within your confines, even more so than a grocery store that provides nourishment. But it says to me that there was a fight to be had from the inside for the victory to be had on the outside.
Yes.
So therefore, the gym was pertinent to the success of that community because the fight persists for the victory outside. That's the way I get it. And then you mentioned Muhammad Ali, so it's connecting to me. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
but then it's all wrapped in love.
All wrapped in love.
Absolutely. It's not about the pursuit of the success. It's about reaching it with love still in your heart and being dominant.
Correct.
Okay, I got it. Woo, this is some good stuff. Wow, just in case you guys have joined us and you don't know who this guy is, his name is Eric Bell. He is the owner and creator of the Love Movement LLC. He is also known as eBiz. He operates under eBizness. You can check him out on Instagram at ebiz_ness, also at Twitter. And then we're going to give you the website on the Wix site coming up later on. And I mean, he just has so many wonderful, creative, wearable art that you can purchase. And then when we come back, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to find out what he does with his money and how profitable he has been. And what can we do to change that when we come back on Today's Issues. Welcome back. That was a short break because we've got much to get to and we don't have a lot of time in my segment, so I cut it short so I can get back to talk to Eric Bell, the owner and creator of the Love Movement LLC. It is a company of wearable art, and the basis of the art is to convey a message of love. That's why it's called the Love Movement LLC, and he is from St. Louis. So, Mr. Eric Bell, also known as eBiz. Yes. I'll call you eBiz for the rest of the time, I promise. But, so right. eBiz, you have a lot of wonderful pieces on your website. And I do want to inspire everyone to go and check it out and just see what we're talking about, because spoken word does not do it justice. You have to set your eyes on the work. It is a visual experience. But I want to know, is it profitable right now? If not, what do we need to do to help you out? And are there any specific pieces that you think that our listeners should definitely set their eyes on for a potential purchase?
Well, currently, I'm still going through that beautiful struggle of figuring everything out.
It's the journey.
It's a journey, but I love every step of it along the way. Not necessarily would I say that I've been extremely profitable to this point, but it's something that I'm gaining more traction.
That's good.
Every day, and learning from mistakes and learning how to market better. I think more than even profiting at this point is gaining more exposure, making more people aware of the Love Movement. Now, if you did want to make a purchase, one of my favorites is a piece that was coined after the slogan for the Love Movement, "Take off your mask and show love." We have different variations of this design on my websites, and I think it's something that everyone would like.
I love it. You're wearing one right now. I'm going to take a snapshot of it and put it on the Today's Issues Facebook page so everybody can see it with additional information about eBiz and the Love Movement LLC. But the one that you're wearing, you have two pieces on today. You have the hoodie with the logo, with the heart face and the afro and the pick in the hair, and then you also have the Take Off Your Mask T-shirt, and there's the part that just gets me is that there's a petal, like a flower, actually a flower that's coming out of the mouth of one of the masks, and to me it speaks volumes, because I always say that let flowers or rose petals fall from your lips towards one another. I always say that, and I just think that if you're gonna speak rose petals, speak flowers one to another. I love that. I love that shirt.
Thank you.
I want that one.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to order it. So how can we learn more? Tell everybody how we can get in contact with you and learn more about what you do at the Love Movement LLC.
I can be reached by Gmail, llc.thelovemovement@gmail.com. I can be messaged through my Instagram, through Twitter, or through my Facebook page as well.
Okay. llc.thelovemovement@gmail.com. That is the email. Instagram at ebiz_Ness. Also at Twitter at the same. And then, of course, you can also Google the Love Movement, and the Wix site will come up, and then you can shop there as well and see a lot. And there was another website that you mentioned earlier that you said.
Society 6.
Society 6. Number 6 or the word 6?
Number 6.
Okay. Society 6. Check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud of this guy. You know, art is something that we need more of in this community. And I always say that I believe art is integral to a better society, a better community, better families. And this man is doing it through the Love Movement. Thank you, Eric Bell, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
When we come back, it's a look at our community calendar, followed by Missouri Viewpoints.